Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. And in this COVID-19 period, you take care yourself and your family members. And I hope you have completed all the previous chapters. Today, I am going to start Civics Chapter 3, Understanding Government. So, what is government? Before that, you know the meaning of government. You imagine your life without any order, rules or laws. Means at any time you can go anywhere, anytime you can enter in your house. No rules and regulations in your life. You can imagine. Means you are totally out of control. And you can imagine in your school also, if there is no rules, no fixed time to attend the school. At any time you can enter in the school campus, at any time you can leave the school campus, है ना. Oftenly you are coming to school, and no one is telling to you to maintain silence. There is no school uniform, and teachers are not taking classes regularly because there is no rules and regulation, no particular timetable. You can imagine all these situation. And if there is no rules and regulations, your life is out of control. Your life is out of control. So, to extend this no rules life, you see what is the meaning of no rules life. Suppose your neighbors decide then they can enter in any house, they can enter at any time, they can take, and they take the things without your permission. So this is no rules life. No extent this no rules life is a little further. If your neighbors decided then they like your house more than theirs and just to move into your house one day, okay, and without your permission your neighbors enter in your house and they visit it, they can use any things. And sometimes thieves steal everything from your house, and there is no police station to catch the thieves. At any time the person or thieves enter in your house and they steal means take the things without permission or without a member's knowledge, and there were no police to catch the thieves. You can imagine all these conditions. And there is garbage everywhere, garbage, no sanitation, no one is coming to clear your surroundings, no one is there. So you can see the condition of your surroundings. No proper electricity, no proper supply of water, and where you would go to complain or to get it repaired, where you would go. And there would be total confusion of each person, and there is lot of confusion about the person where they would go to complain or to repair. There would be total confusion if each person decided to do what he or she wanted without bothering about the rest of the society. Whatever they want, they take. Okay. and without bothering about the other person. So to live in a community, the people, all the people or the persons are living in a community. Community means the houses or the people lived surrounding our houses. The people lived in group, that is called community. To live in a community peacefully and fruitfully, human being needs some rules and laws. To make some rules and laws, they need to be government. They need government to make some rules and laws. They need government. Now, what is the meaning of government? A government means government comes the word from Latin. The word government comes from the Latin, which means governor. Governor means the person who is uh, leading, the ship or car, which means to steer a ship. Steer a ship means steering. You have seen the steering in a ship or in a car. Or to guide or to rule. Governor means to steer a ship, to guide or to rule. So in every society there is a person. In every society there is a person or a group of people who commands the rest of the community. Who commands the rest of the community. This body is called the government of the country. This body is called the government of the country. Okay. So what is government? A government is a group of people. A group of people or a person who commands the rest of the community, and other people has to be obey. This group of people at this body is called government of the country. And the varieties which may exist in the way the body is formed, and they make rules for the country, and they are known as the government. They are known as the government. A government has the power to settle disputes. Disputes means sometimes the people fight for different cases, for the different things, to administer the land, and to make and enforce laws, and to use force when necessary to protect the interest of the people. So a government is the body that rules a state. Okay. So the government means a elected person. They have the power to settle disputes. Settle disputes means to solve the problems. To solve the problems between two persons or between two groups. The government has the power to settle disputes. Settle disputes means to solve the problems between two persons or between two groups or community, and they administer the land. They maintain law and order, and to make and enforce law. To maintain law and order, they make laws and enforce them, and they use force. Some people are not obeying the rules and regulations, so they use force. For example, police and army. Police for the local and army for the country's defense. So when the necessary to protect the interest of the people, okay, when there is necessary to protect they use police or the army. So the government is the body that rules a state. Why we need government? Why we need government? As the people started leading settled lives. As the people means first the people were nomadic. First, in previous age the peoples were nomadic, means they wandering from one place to another place. As they practice agriculture, they started in a settled community. They started to live in a settled community. And as they started settled community, they need and require some rules and regulations. As the people started leading settled lives, their needs and requirements grew and became more complex. They needed some person or a group of people who could take care of the administration of the settlement. Okay, because it is not easy for a single person, then they can administrate or they can take care of other needs. So they need a group of people who could take care of the administration of the settlement, who can supply or who can provide all the basic needs. Then someone who could settle disputes. If the people as the people started to live in a community, so sometimes they fought among themselves and sometimes they have the problems. So the people, some people, they expert to solve the peoples, and someone who could protect from the enemies. They need some person who could protect them from the enemies. And one of the earliest form of the government, that was a monarchy. Monarchy is a form of government where the king look after all the needs of the people and maintain order in the kingdom. Monarchy is a earliest form of government. It means the country ruled by king or emperor. So the king looked after all the needs, the people, and maintained order in the kingdom. But at present, nowadays, most of the nations are run by the democratic government. Most of the nations have democratic form of the government. But the society cannot run without a government. The society cannot run without a government. Okay, if every person in a society cooperate totally with everyone else in the society, but it is not possible. For example, class. The class maintain perfect discipline and will all of you study quietly even if there is no teacher or monitor in the class, but they need some rules and regulations. Without government, our lives would be full of chaos and confusion. Okay, if there is no government, so our lives are full of confusion. Where we will go, from where we will get these things, all these. While laws and rules might seem irritating and unnecessary if they are for our own welfare. Now, why we need government? A modern day government has certain basic functions. Now, what are the main functions of the government? What are the main functions of the government? First function is the administration. The first function is administration. Administration means to manage day-to-day affairs of the country. The government provides basic infrastructure. Basic infrastructure means like roads, railways, postal services, telegraph services, public transport, street light, public facilities like park and libraries, etc. And all these are maintained by the government. It maintains relation with other nations also. So administration is one of the most important function of the government. Administration means to manage the day-to-day work. Day-to-day affairs means work. Day-to-day work of the country, and the government provides all the basic infrastructures like roads, railways, postal services, public transport, street light, public facilities like park and libraries, etc. Second function is the security. No, to protect the state. State means, here the state means a part of country. A state from attack from the other country. No? To protect from the attacks from the other countries, we need security. For this purpose, the government maintain an armed force consisting of the army, the air force and the navy. All these things armed force are maintained by the government, and government also maintain law and order within the country. So to protect the state, to protect the country from attacks, to protect the state or country from attacks from other countries, we need armed force. For armed force and for the internal security, we need police. So there are three armed force: army, air force and navy, and one more, there is a coastal guard. Coastal guard also one of the security armed force which could protect us from the coastal areas. And the government also have maintained law and order within the country. The next function is economics. Economics, this ensure the economic security of the country. Means here the government controls the finance. Finance means related to money. Finance means related to all the matters which are related to money of the state, like issues currencies, control trades and decide the economics policies of the state. All these things are the function of the government. Next is the social security. To take care of the people by providing health and facilities. All these things are maintained by the government. And government also providing old age pension, preventing and discrimination of disadvantaged groups and ensuring equal opportunities. And all the times of the in the time of natural disaster. Natural disasters means that sudden disaster, sudden disturbance in the earth surface by the nature, like the volcanoes, flood, landslide, all these. So all these things, in the time of natural disaster, the government rescues and take care of the affected person. Recently in the few states there were flood, so the government rescues the people and take care of them. The next one is environmental security. Environmental security. To protect the natural environment of the state, the government tries to keep pollution and over exploitation of resources under control. Time to time the government protect some natural environment of the state. How they protect the natural environment? They tries to keep pollution control and over exploitation of resources under control. So all these things, these are the main functions. So what are the main functions? The main function of the government are security, economics, social security and environmental securities. These are the main functions of the government. Okay, now various forms of the government I will explain tomorrow. And there is one important information about first term exam. First term exam portion I have given in class 6 group. Then you see the portion and start revision. Still by some of the students ask the PDF of geography chapter 1 and 2. So classwork, please children, please open the classwork Date 28th July. On 28th July, I have given the PDF of chapter 1 and 2. And geography chapter 3 given on 27th June. Again, I am repeating, geography chapter 1 and 2 given on 28th July in the classwork. And geography chapter 3 I have given on 27th June. So hereafter no one will ask about the PDF of geography chapter 1, 2 and 3. Already I have given date. Already I mentioned. So please open the date and open the PDF and complete your work. Okay. Now your work, you see the video and you learn the functions of the government. Thank you. Have a nice day.